Today's headline is about residents of the Novena Court building in Hillbrow, Johannesburg, who are refusing to be evicted from their homes, saying the evictions are illegal. Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is a video and picture news about the tense situation unfolding in Hillbrow, where a group of residents is standing their ground against what they call unlawful and unjust evictions. Please make sure to watch till the end to see the sources and try to verify this news for yourself. It's been another intense day in Hillbrow as residents of the Novena Court building continue to resist eviction orders from the city of Johannesburg. Tension has been growing for days, with residents saying they have nowhere else to go and accusing officials of trying to throw them out without proper legal process. Videos from the scene show men, women, and children gathered at the entrance of the building, some holding up documents they claim prove their right to stay, while others shout at the police to leave their homes alone. According to people inside the building, the eviction teams arrived early in the morning with city officials and private security guards, ordering residents to pack up and leave. But instead of leaving quietly, many blocked the doors, chanting and refusing to move. One resident said she's been living there for more than 10 years and has never missed paying her rent to the building's caretaker. She said what's happening feels more like harassment than legal eviction. The city of Johannesburg, on the other hand, says the building has been declared unsafe and must be cleared. Officials claim it's one of several hijacked or illegally occupied properties in the inner city that pose serious safety risks to the people inside. The city says it has the legal right to act, especially after recent fires in similar buildings that claimed lives. But the residents argue that the city only remembered safety now, after years of ignoring the conditions and failing to provide maintenance or proper housing alternatives. Civil rights organizations have joined the residents, saying the evictions violate court procedures. They point out that South African law requires municipalities to provide alternative accommodation before evicting people from buildings they've been occupying for long periods. Lawyers representing some of the residents have called the move premature and unconstitutional, saying the city cannot simply remove families without giving them a place to go. As the day went on, the atmosphere outside Novena Court grew increasingly tense. Police were seen forming lines, while residents locked arms and chanted, "We are not moving." Some held cardboard signs saying, "We need homes, not evictions," and "We are human too." Several children were seen crying as their parents tried to calm them. According to witnesses, there were moments when the standoff nearly turned violent, with police warning the crowd to disperse. Inside the building, people were packing their belongings in fear that force might be used. Others were sitting quietly, waiting to see what would happen next. Some have lived there for decades, turning small rooms into family homes. One elderly man said he's too old to start over somewhere else, and that moving now would mean becoming homeless overnight. For many of these residents, Novena Court isn't just a building, it's their home, their community, and a reminder of the city's long struggle with housing inequality. Hillbrow, one of Johannesburg's most densely populated areas, has long faced challenges of overcrowding, decaying infrastructure, and illegal occupation. But it's also a place of resilience, where thousands of people, local and foreign, build lives despite hardship. The residents say they understand the city's concern about safety but believe the solution isn't eviction, it's repair and regularization. "Fix it, don't evict us," one man shouted from a balcony during the standoff. Housing activists say this situation reflects a broader problem across South Africa, where the shortage of affordable housing continues to push people into neglected buildings. They argue that demolishing or clearing these buildings without a plan only deepens the crisis. The Human Rights Commission has in the past warned the government against forced evictions without alternative arrangements, calling it a violation of human dignity. As of this afternoon, the eviction teams were still stationed near the area, but residents had refused to budge. Some city officials were seen speaking with community leaders in what appeared to be an attempt to negotiate. It's unclear whether the city will proceed or hold back for now. What's certain is that this standoff has drawn widespread attention, with activists, lawyers, and journalists keeping watch. People online have been reacting strongly too. Some social media users are showing support for the residents, saying the city should prioritize fixing housing issues instead of pushing vulnerable people out. Others believe the city is right to enforce safety standards, arguing that allowing people to stay in unsafe buildings could lead to more tragedies like the recent Marshalltown fire. The truth is, both sides have a point. No one should live in unsafe conditions, but no one should be dumped on the streets either. This conflict highlights how deep Johannesburg's housing problem runs, and how desperately the city needs long-term solutions instead of emergency crackdowns. In interviews, several residents said they'd be willing to move if the city offered decent alternative accommodation nearby. Others expressed anger at being labeled illegal occupiers when, in their view, they've paid rent to someone every month. The confusion over who actually owns or manages some of these inner-city buildings has made it difficult to resolve disputes like this one. By the end of the day, emotions remained high. Police were still positioned around the area and residents vowed to spend the night inside, guarding their homes. Some community members brought food and blankets to support those who might be affected. It's a situation that continues to unfold, and many hope that reason and compassion will prevail before things get worse. So, what do you think about this? Should the city of Johannesburg go ahead with the evictions, or should they work with the residents to find a fairer solution? And how do we balance safety with humanity in a city where so many people are struggling just to keep a roof over their heads? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss updates like this. We'll keep following this developing news closely and bring you verified updates as they come in. And to end on a lighter note, one resident reportedly told a journalist, "If the city wants us out, they better bring moving trucks and snacks, because we're not leaving hungry." You have to appreciate the spirit, even in tough times. All images used are for illustration purposes only. Sources: News 24, IOL, The Citizen, and Ground Up.